they really got to find out what it is that will bring their health back into it's so healthy that the body then can heal itself. And that's the key, is getting to that position. Because once you've gotten there, then you can stay there and you can enjoy life. The quality of life is fantastic. You're not running to the doctor all the time because you're not sick anymore. And you're enjoying life. You're enjoying the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, and the great-great-grandchildren. So, and it talks about in this report, I'm getting to a point, and it talks about in this Make Lifestyle Changes report how valuable mangoes are in your diet, that they are anti-diabetes, anti-cancer. So it would be a great fruit to make sure you get it frozen or fresh, and always make sure you're getting organic. Now, where I'm heading, I'm going down in this Make Lifestyle Changes report, and it tells you how to heal the gut if you've got really serious issues in the gut, like ulcers, parasites, food poisoning, bacterial infections. Well, then you want to know about wild oregano oil, but you really want to have in your kitchen for sure a big garlic bulb and a big ginger root, and you're constantly putting that garlic and that ginger in everything that you possibly can, and using plenty of it. And finally, I'm going down in this report, and it's telling us how to unclog the liver, rejuvenate the bowel, and clean the blood. And one of the things that would be great, an addition to that liver formula of Doc Miles, would be some milk thistle seed extract, because milk thistle seed extract will protect the liver from poisons and toxins, and if you're using it consistently, after 120 days, you have regenerated live liver cells up to 60% new liver cells. That's amazing. And so taking 1 to 2 teaspoons, if you've really got liver problems, 1 teaspoon in the morning, 1 teaspoon in the evening, and then put milk thistle seed powder in your power drink. And then after 7.5 months, when you've got a brand new liver, then you can discontinue the milk thistle seed extract and keep the liver new with the milk thistle seed powder, which is inexpensive. That's in your power drink that makes you feel like super person all day long. Now, below that, telling about the milk thistle seed and how wonderful that is and how key it is a CAC liquid. It's a colon and liver cleansing liquid. And let's click on it, because any of these links, you can click on them and open them in a new tab. So I'm going to look at this CAC liquid, because this is also a liver detox and colon cleaner. Okay, this is going to clean out the digestive tract and cause a bowel movement. So, and how it's doing it, and because, so this is going to detox the body. It's going to flush out the bloodstream. It's got Coscara sagrada, buckthorn bark, dandelion root, licorice root, burdock root, red clover blossoms, pau d'arco bark, astragalus root, stevia leaf, milk thistle seed. It's got some milk thistle seed in it, fringe tree bark, and echinacea root and golden seal root, ginger, fennel, yellow dock, poke root, and orange oil for flavor, natural orange. So that's it. That's what that's the colon and liver cleansing liquid. Now, that's for everybody except somebody who has constipation, and probably this person who has a mass in their colon, it was due to constipation, probably, but I don't know that. But I would suspect that there was that mass was formed because the blood was bad, and and there was probably constipation. And if there is constipation, constipation is when you flush the toilet and the bowel movement doesn't break up in a cloud. If the bowel movement doesn't break up in a cloud, then you're not drinking enough water, because that's the first thing it says in this report, Make Lifestyle Changes, is how much water to drink. And how much water should you drink? Half your body weight in ounces every day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you want 50 ounces of water. If you weigh 200 pounds, you want 100 ounces of water. You can count herbal tea. You're not going to count a lot of juice, because we don't want a lot of sugary juice in the diet. So, but you count tea, water, and quality liquids. As part of your target, half your body weight in ounces. So as long as you're getting that much water, that much liquid, then when you flush the toilet, the bowel movement is supposed to break up in a cloud, because it's getting enough moisture to go through there, instead of being too well formed. So that's so this is how you're using the CAC liquid, whether it's a teaspoon, a tablespoon, or 2 tablespoons, to clean up the blood and help the liver and clean up the liver. And then if you've got Doc Miles' liver tablets, wow, what a great addition to that. So you're taking those and you're doing that, and you're flushing all these things out, and because you're not having diarrhea, because simultaneously you're using the other product that's listed just below this liquid. And if you're not, and if there's constipation, you're not using a liquid, we will give you an herbal tea that will retrain the bowel to go back to work again and recreate the peristaltic muscle tone, the muscle tone that belongs there. It's going to get things working again. And that, so if there's constipation, you use a tea. There's no constipation, that you're cleaning out 2 or 3 times a day or 4 times a day, and it's breaking up in a cloud, you can use the CAC liquid. And you could use the CAC liquid for the constipation, but you'd have to use too much. When I say too much, it would get expensive. So that's why the tea is for constipation, because it's inexpensive. So and it gets rid of constipation. So, and then later, if you ever needed anything again, you could go back and you could use a little bit of the CAC tea to clean the blood and rebalance the colon. But the thing below that, and the end of the story, is the fiber. A fiber special with bentonite clay. Because that's where now all these things that we're getting rid of, and the liver is now functioning, and the blood is clean, and the digestive tract is working, and now you're getting rid of it. Well, now's the time you need fiber with psyllium seed husk powder that will absorb these toxins. It turns into a gel. So you take this fiber powder and you put it into some good tasting water or tea or a limited amount of juice, and you get it down about 8 ounces of fluid or 12 ounces of fluid, along with this fiber powder, and this and then chase it with another 8 or 12 ounces of the water, so that this fiber can slide through there and absorb or adsorb all these toxins. So now you've got that, but there's 3 ingredients. There's 3 main systems in this fiber powder. One is the psyllium husk powder. The second one is all the green foods as a powder, which is also a fiber and a detoxer, and lending nutrition as well because it's all the chlorella, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa powder, olive leaf extract, and the Atlantic seaweed kelp. That's what's in the green food powder that's with the psyllium seed husk powder. Now now the third thing and the most important thing in there is the bentonite clay, montmorillonite bentonite clay acts like a magnet for toxins, heavy metals, cadmium, all heavy metals. It pulls it to it because the bentonite clay is negatively charged, and all these toxins and heavy metals are all positively charged. So this clay is pulling all these toxins right into the clay and pulling them in there and taking them out of the body, and you don't even get a headache. So that is a perfect detox system. Would be to do something like that for the liver. Now, when you're doing all that for the liver, now the colon is getting nutrients, clean blood, and it's getting cleaned out. So if there's any possibility that mass might leave before it has to be cut out, would be preferable. But if it has to be cut out and there's no option and no time, well, then, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But what do you think, Doc?
Well, that's exactly right. He could start on the, cleaning out the colon and doing the SEAT as well, and that helps with masses and tumors. And get that colon completely cleaned out, and work on the liver at the same time. And then if he can do that, if he's going to wait on the surgery, he needs to start on something like that. And then if it does go down, then he might not have to have the surgery. If it doesn't go down, they can go in there and snip out a part of the colon and split it back together and keep going. And then at that point, he just needs to keep it nice and clean.
Yes. Well, anyway, let's get back over to then. Let's get back over here to the conference, and let's go over to I'm looking for. Let's see. Is that it? Right? No, that's not it. Well, it looks like we've lost Prophet Elijah. I was going to ask him if that answered his question, but we've lost him today. Oh, no, there he is. I found him again. Okay, I'm going to unmute the mic. So, Prophet Elijah, did that answer your question about the young man who has a mass in his colon? Did that answer the question?
That answered the question, but no, you didn't lose me. I was here all the time, and his surgery is scheduled for next Thursday, and he was kind of leery about that, and he was looking for a miracle. But you know how that goes when you wait till the last minute to want to do something when you had information, you didn't use it the right way the first time. So that's where we are.
Yes, and that happens often. I lost an 82-year-old lady because this week because the family didn't act fast enough. They kept dragging their feet, and the weeks went on, and finally turned into months, and she died this week. Before they were just deciding to do something about it, and just before they did anything about it, she died. So yes, we need to act on this information. These cancers and serious illnesses, we need to act on them as quickly as possible. So that's absolutely right. Did you have any other question or any other topic, Prophet Elijah?
Well, you know, when you was talking about they waited a long time, you know, but procrastination is assassination to your destination.
Oh,
That's right.
yes, it is. Wow. Wow.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So,
Yes, yes,
is
yes,
there, is,
you answered the question. Yes, and I thank you for that because I had shared some things with the person about it, and you know, he decided to wait till the last minute to want to do a miracle, but at the same time, what Dr. Miles was just saying that they told him that they were going to cut the mass out and then put the colon back together, but I don't think even they explained to him about the colostomy bag that he might be having. They hadn't told him anything like that, so that's where he is.
Or he might not have to have the bag. You know, once they get that out, you know, I've seen a lot of patients that had, you know, a section of the colon taken out, and then they sew it back together, and then you just keep it clean from then on, and you don't have that mass anymore, and you won't get another mass if you keep it clean.
But now, what you just said, that's where I think that's where he's going, and so after he get that outside and explain that to him, so he can be able to talk with both of you, so he can be able to see now how he can live without having to even think about having it again.
That'll work.
That'll work. So yes, do we have any? Do we have? Let's see. Do we have anyone else who has a question or a topic or a suggestion? Because we care what you think. We care what you want to know about. While we got Doc Miles here, let's make sure and take advantage of that. Do we have another topic, another suggestion? Does anyone have? All you have to do, if you have a topic or a suggestion or something you want to hear about, press your star key 2 times, open your microphone, and we'll talk about it here. And in Illinois, yes, I see a mic open in Illinois. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Dr. Truman? I've been listening for a while. I had a topic. I had a family member recently diagnosed with Huntington's disease. And she's like she was healthy, and then all of a sudden her health just deteriorated. Said she had high levels of ammonia in her body, and they diagnosed her just recently with Huntington's disease. First, they didn't know what was wrong with it, and that actually made her liver have cirrhosis of the liver also from that disease. Yeah, and I'm just saying, is there any hope for her now? Because I Googled it up and it says it's like no cure for it, but I know no I can do anything.
Yeah, she's lost, like,
she has no strength in her.
She lost strength, and her mobility is kind of limited.
Yeah, so did you have any suggestions? I mean, is there any hope for her?
Huntington's disease is caused by a mutation in the HD, that's the H like Harry, D like David, gene, in that gene, in which the same 3 bases, CAG, are repeated. Well, excuse me. What's happening is the same 3 bases, CAG, are repeated by many more times than normal. So I have this one gene that keeps repeating itself, and it's known as a CAG trinucleotide. CAG trinucleotide. Repeat. That's what that means. Now let's see if there's any. Let's take a look here and see if there's anything here. All right. REMEDIES. Doc, have you heard of this, or do you have any experience with this Huntington's disease?
No, I haven't, but I know, a lot of the basic things that they should be done, like we're doing for almost everybody. And, but I've never really worked with that issue.
Okay, let's let's take a look at some natural remedies that could be helpful. And here's where we'll find a little more about it. You've most likely heard of disorders like ALS, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's disease. But you may not have heard about an equally tragic condition called Huntington's disease, HD, capable of damaging nerves and disturbing important chemical signaling processes that let me just move this report that I'm reading. Let me move it right over here. I almost had it. And I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to move this report. There we go. Now I'm looking into the camera again. It's capable of damaging nerves and disturbing important chemical signaling processes that take place between the brain and other body parts. Some people even describe common Huntington's disease symptoms as like having ALS, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's all at the same time. And clearly, this is a condition that can drastically affect someone from going about even normal everyday activities. Unfortunately, there is no known cure, like you said. However, research suggests supplementation may help manage some of the symptoms of Huntington's disease. So let's get into this in a minute. But I know Doc we've held Doc into the room here, and I know he's got to go feed the animals, and he's got chores and other things to do. But he graciously comes here, and after a very busy day in the clinic, and then he shares time with us. So let's say goodbye to him, and then I'll get back, and we're going to detail what to do about Huntington's disease, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on with me. Doc, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
So I want to thank you for joining us, and that's Doc Miles, and I know he's got to leave at the top of the hour, and he has lots of other things he has to do. So we're going to let him go, but his telephone number is 512-868-9867. That's Doc Miles in Georgetown, Texas, and he does a lot of wonderful things that can be very helpful in getting to the bottom of difficult situations. 512-868-9867, and his email is docmiles, DOCMILES @outlook.com. docmiles@outlook.com. Doc, thank you, sir.
Thank you, and you have a great evening, and I'll see you on the radio next week.
Okay, see you on the radio, Doc. Thanks again. Bye for now. Wow.
Bye.
Doc Miles is a great guy. He is a great guy. So, okay, so let's get back over to that report. Let's get to the room here first. Okay, let's get back there if I can find it. Where is it? Right here is where I need to be. Okay, so we're moving on over here. And we're back. And okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mute the microphone and answer the question. And now I've got to go here and minimize that, go back over here, and go back to my report. So here is the rest of the story. So what are the signs and the symptoms of Huntington's disease? And what treatment options are out there to help curb and potentially reverse this debilitating condition? So let's explore it, because this is what I do every day, folks. And now, what is Huntington's disease. Let's talk about it. Huntington's disease is an unfortunate and somewhat rare genetic brain disorder that currently affects about 30,000 Americans. According to Huntington's Disease Society of America, HD is called a family disease because children who have a parent with HD have about a 50-50 chance of carrying the faulty gene themselves. So not only do they have to worry about the fact that they have it, if they have any children, the children have a 50-50 chance of carrying that same gene. So that's definitely something to consider. Sadly, people with HD usually experience drastic personality changes, loss of memory, and impaired motor skills over the course of 10 to 25 years, which makes it hard to live a normal, functioning life. HD is a disabling disease that disturbs someone's ability to think, reason, connect socially, remember information, and move. While emerging research suggests that certain natural supplements might be able to help stall the progression, slow down the progression of HD. Currently, it's classified as a progressive fatal disorder that has no known proven cure. Despite the option to perform testing to find out if someone has inherited the HD gene, according to a survey results published by Harvard University and the Mass General Institute of Neurodegenerative Disease. So more than 90% of those in the United States who know they are at risk for HD because of their family history have abstained from genetic testing. So they've never been tested. Their family may have it, but they've never even, 90% of those people that are at risk they've never tried to find out if they have it or not. Often because they fear discrimination or don't want to face the stress and anxiety of knowing that they are destined to develop such a devastating disease. They don't want to know about it until they get it, until it's too late. Then that's it. 3 stages of Huntington's disease are the 3 stages. The signs of HD include the early stage. You start losing balance. You can't balance. You have no equilibrium. You have trouble swallowing, lacking coordination, involuntary movements. Your arm or hand moves and you didn't move it, but it decided to move all by itself. Depression, as time goes on, the early stage turns into depression, mood changes, difficulty reasoning, irritability. The middle stage of HD, you start the shakes. You're shaking. More difficulty performing normal activities. It really gets more and more difficult. Further loss of control over movements and a slurred speech. Then you come to the last stage where you're dependent on others. You struggle to sleep, to chew, to eat, or to walk. Motor control worsens. higher, and you have a higher risk for choking, falling, and rapid weight loss. So, the conventional treatment for Huntington's disease is most physicians prescribe a number of medications to help control the various emotional and physical symptoms of HD. Although these are used to make living easier and aren't yet able to address the underlying problem at its root. As of 2008, some progress was made when the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the drug tetrabenazine to treat involuntary writhing movements of HD. Chorea, and making it the very first, that was the very first Huntington's disease drug approved in the United States, and that was only 10 years ago. In 2017, an experimental drug was introduced in a human trial involving 46 patients with early Huntington's disease. The human trial began in late 2015 and utilizing the drug Ionis HTTRX, which was injected into the spinal fluid for it to reach the patient's brain. The results of the trial confirmed that the drug lowered the level of toxic disease-provoking protein. So you have a disease-provoking protein, and it lowered the level of it. That's Huntington 3. The trial, this trial in 2017 also highlighted that the drug was well tolerated. However, vital long-term data is still needed to confirm if the lowering the levels of Huntington, that's its name, this drug, they gave it a name, and they called it Huntington, HUNTINGTIN, Huntington was the name of the drug in 2017. It was well tolerated, but there's still no long-term data on it because it's too new. They don't know what the side effects are, or how long it will be, and whether it could turn into a dangerous drug, or what the side effects are. They don't know. So they found it was well tolerated so far since 2017. That's a whole year. Anyway, although more data and trials are needed, animal research showed some motor function was recovered in those experiments and suggests this experimental drug could change the course of Huntington's disease, HD. The breakthrough with this research and trial could present further opportunities for other neurodegenerative diseases. As of early 2018, the study has not been published in a journal and is still active. So people don't know about it yet. More people learn about this here than anywhere, because as of 2018, that 2017 study hasn't been published in a journal, and is still active. And other conventional treatments for HD include antidepressants for mood swings and depression, mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and or benzodiazepines for involuntary movement, and secondary to tetrabenazine. One of the downsides to the conventional treatment for HD and other cognitive disorders is that they commonly have a lot of side effects, such as fatigue, insomnia, appetite, mood changes. All kinds of things are going on that just, you're miserable. So 6 natural ways to manage Huntington's disease. Let's talk about, we talked about what the medical community knows about it and what they're trying to do about it. But they've got these drugs, and these drugs, are causing all kinds of fatigue, insomnia, appetite, mood changes. So somewhat effective treatment plan for HD may be holistic, one that treats the whole person with cognitive skill building, supplements, an anti-inflammatory diet, and appropriate physical activity. What else besides medications might be able to help reduce symptoms of Huntington's disease? Well, here are several ways that practitioners are now managing HD. They're reducing inflammation, and there are all kinds of nutrients to reduce inflammation. If you want to see one of those nutrients that reduce inflammation, then you would want to look at the website. The website up there. Let's see. Let's go look at an inflammation herbal remedy. I'm now at the website, betterhealthherbs.com, and on that website, betterhealthherbs.com, you can also call them on the telephone, and you're going to want to take down this telephone number because they will also help you with natural remedies. So the telephone number, if we're looking for something for inflammation, I'm going to type it in and bring up a product that I invented for inflammation. And they make it. I get nothing from the sale of any product. I don't do that. I'm not selling products. I'm ministering to people and educating people. And then they go buy them somewhere else. Because if you sell a product in America and you're trying to help somebody, they will harass you, intimidate you, threaten you, and destroy you if possible. The federal government, they got an agency that just does that. They love to do it. It's called the FDA. So I don't sell anything. I don't make any money, and I don't have any money, and I don't own anything. I zero. I have nothing, and there's nothing for them to take from me. Maybe that's why they left me alone now, because there's nothing to get from me. There's nothing they can do to me. And a federal judge told them to leave me alone anyway. So that's probably why they leave me alone. Although they don't listen to federal judges or Congress. They're above the law. They're above Congress. We're talking about the FDA. It's a criminal extortion racket. Worse, it's a depopulation system in America that is just a disgusting organization. Anyway, inflammation. The telephone number for herbal health review. Excuse me. The telephone number for betterhealthherbs.com. Actually, their name is Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. Their website is betterhealthherbs.com. I'm on that website. And there is a formula number 1208, 1208, that has herbs in it that are for inflammation. It will reduce the inflammation. And those herbs are turmeric root, boswellia resin, and ginger root combined together, and that will reduce inflammation. That is a wonderful inflammation herbal tincture extract. It's concentrated, it's strong, and it works for inflammation. That's the kind of medicine, natural medicine, that won't interfere with the processes of your body. Your body understands what those herbs are and uses them, and there is no harm done. There's no side effect. But with drugs, there is always side effects and harm being done all the time with these drugs. Let's get back out of this now. We've looked at inflammation and herbal tincture extract. So that I wanted to show you the kind of a product that they're talking about, because it's one thing to talk about something and it's another thing to show you a product that is for inflammation, and not just telling you that that there are herbs for inflammation. Let's tell you that there's herbs for inflammation. Then let's show you those herbs. Let's show you where they are. Let's show you where you can get them. 541-791-8400. They're on the West Coast in Oregon. So they're on that Pacific Standard Time. Right now, it's about 3:30. And, well, actually, let's see. No, it's 4:30. It's 4:30 there. And they'll be going home in about 30 minutes. They're open until 5 o'clock their time, and it's 4:30 there now. 541-791-8400. That's formula number 1208. That is called inflammation. Now, when you get these scientifically proven herbs that help get rid of these high inflammation levels that cause oxidative stress caused by free radicals, which can speed up the neurodegenerative disease progression and worsen the symptoms. Well, now with that'll slow that down or stop it. And using electronic and other technologies, researchers, let's get back over here again. There we go. Researchers are now beginning to better understand how inflammation is related to mutated cells, defective energy metabolism, a defect in the mitochondria, and oxidative stress, normal metabolic activity in the brain that produces toxic compounds called free radicals, which all contribute to disease formation. Okay, inflammation worsened by factors like poor diet, environmental pollution, toxins, toxin exposure, high stress levels, inactivity, and these things can affect the immune system and the body's tropic factors, meaning the natural chemical substances that are supposed to protect against cell changes and death. It's not happening. To lower inflammation, it's important to eat a healing diet, like the Make Lifestyle Changes diet that gives you the perfect recipes and meal plans and boosting the immune system and making sure the digestion is working and making sure the blood is working and clean and the liver is working and the bowel is working and the kidneys are flushing out and get rid of. When you're doing all of that, and it sounds like a lot, but it's not so hard to do when everything is liquid. Almost everything I just mentioned is liquid, and you put it all in one cup. 30 drops of this, 30 drops of that, whatever it takes goes into the cup, and you hold that up to your mouth and take a small amount into your mouth, a comfortable amount into your mouth, and you hold it there for a minute. And all of those special anti-inflammatory nutrients and a wonderful diet, all of that is going directly through the roof of your mouth, through the cheeks, underneath the tongue. It's going directly into the bloodstream. You're getting 300% more because it's liquids, and those liquids will go right in through these tissues and right into the bloodstream. But if you swallow it, it's got to work its way through the digestive tract, and you're going to get some there. You're going to get some that's actually going to make its way into the bloodstream, and you're going to get some that's going to be absorbed into the lining of the stomach and make its way through the digestive tract. So the state-of-the-art natural remedies are liquids. If it's a liquid, you're going to get 300% more absorption, and it's going to go directly in the bloodstream when you hold it in your mouth for a minute and then swallow it with some water or some herbal tea.